Do you like buying cheap manga? Wonderful! This is the perfect video for you to watch. If you've seen any of my other videos, you are likely aware that I like to pay very cheap prices for my manga. I am not someone who will pay retail. In fact, I can probably count the amount of times that I have paid retail on my hands. It's not many. Before I started doing my videos, I could count the number of volumes that I'd bought on one hand. Usually I will buy a volume retail if I've filmed in a store. So some of my shopping videos where I've gone to show what manga that a store might have, they might sell at retail. I will still buy something because I filmed there. I feel guilty if I don't. So today I'm going to be showing the places that I buy manga from. So where I buy manga can be pretty much split into two categories: offline, online. Offline being like physical bricks and mortar store, online being online. So we are going to start with some of the physical stores that I buy manga in, and we have got a very obvious one to start with, and that is Travelling Man. Travelling Man is a group of 4 stores in the north of England that sell a lot of like board games, miniatures, comics, and manga. Specifically, I go into Travelling Man to pick up Viz manga as they offer 3 for 2. For those who might not know what 3 for 2 is, 3 for 2 is buy 3 volumes of manga, get 1 free. I've done a whole video previously where I talk about how much I spend on manga and I break down the math of that. Basically, you get about 33% off a volume if you average it out across all the ones you buy. So I try to pick up all my Viz stuff from Travelling Man. And also we pick up like light novels and board games and some art books art books up there previously, especially my partner. He's quite big into like RPG stuff and light novels, so that's what you get there. So Travelling Man's 4 stores are in Manchester, Leeds, York and Newcastle. I predominantly go to the Leeds one. I often go to the Manchester one, and I can probably count how many times on one hand I've been to the York and Newcastle stores. By the time this video has gone out, I have probably done my old Travelling Man's in one day, and you should definitely go check that out. I'm very excited to go and try Newcastle and York again. By the time I'm recording this, I haven't done it yet, but I am super excited. Okay, next on this list we have Forbidden Planet. And I'm sure some people might not know, but there are 2 chains of stores in the UK called Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet and Forbidden Planet International. These are completely separate stores and don't have anything to do with each other, ish. Basically, they were one store back in the 90s and they split off into 2 different chains, and they kind of kept the same name, but they are completely different. So the Forbidden Planet in London is a Forbidden Planet, and the Forbidden Planet in Leeds is a Forbidden Planet International. I'm going to talk about Forbidden Planet first, and then move on to the International and compare the 2 a little. So Forbidden Planet is the one that has the big flagship store in London. That is the one that I generally go to if I go down to London. They offer 3 for 2 on Viz and 7 Seas. I don't know why those 2. Way back before COVID, they used to not include the latest release of a series in that 3 for 2. So like the latest volume of One Piece, you couldn't get it as part of a 3 for 2. But that definitely changed. Very happy, because I feel like a lot of the volumes I go and pick up are new releases when I go there. They also have a pretty decent large sale section, which I definitely love to ravage. They often have a lot of isekai, a lot of the bad isekai that no one else wants, but I do. So very happy with that. Also lots and lots of light novels. Gotten light novels for like 99p. Beautiful. I must say, I can't talk too much about the other Forbidden Planet stores across the UK. I've predominantly only been to the London one. I have been to the Newcastle one, but that was like 6-7 years ago. I don't remember much. Then my main critique with the London store is the manga's in the basement, and the basement gets so stuffy and humid. It can be quite an unpleasant shopping experience if it's busy and it's warm. I often try and go for opening. Even on a Saturday, going for opening at any of these stores I find is way nicer than going at like 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. I don't know why, maybe people just don't want to get there for opening. Always avoid Sundays as well. They open later on a Sunday and I had to queue to get in, and that was like the worst experience I ever had there. Avoid it. Let's talk about Forbidden Planet International. So Forbidden Planet International, a lot of their stores are more north, however really recently they opened a store in Brighton. The difference between this store is they offer 3 for 2 on everything. All publishers, everything. I've been to a few more Forbidden Planet Internationals. I go to the Leeds one quite frequently, the Manchester one every now and again, and there's a couple others I've been to. So I've been to the Hull one, which opened last year. I had been to the Sheffield one a few years ago, but again, it has been a few years, so maybe it's changed. I don't remember the Sheffield one being particularly large. The Manchester one has like If you're interested in picking up Shonen Jump, excellent. If you're interested in picking up anything else, they didn't have much to offer. Lace probably has the biggest variety across the Forbidden Planets, even the one in London. I feel like it has the biggest variety of what they have. Unfortunately, sometimes I find their prices are like £1 or £2 higher compared to other stores. Maybe it's because a lot of publishers don't publish pounds on the back of the volumes. I don't know. But it is getting quite a bit expensive to buy manga in store now. I tend to not do it as much. But it's still always lovely to go, and they have now added a sale section, which I'm very, very happy about. They also have a light novel section, extra happy about. I also like going and looking at all the Loungefly in the Forbidden Planet International. So beyond that, I don't really have other stores that I regularly go to buy manga, as in I do regularly go into Leeds maybe once or twice a month to go and pick up manga, whereas beyond the others, London, if I go to London, I'll go to London and go to the Forbidden Planet. If you're interested in other stores in which you can buy manga in London, I have got quite a few actually, London shopping videos. All of the other stores that I talk about though sell at retail price. There are no more. It's just 3 for 2 in the Forbidden Planet, on Viz and 7 Seas. Everywhere else I've shown is retail. So that's Foils, Japancraft, Waterstones. Where else did I go? Mega City Comics, is that one? Yeah, they're all retail price, but Forbidden Planet is 3 for 2 on Viz and 7 Seas. However, I do think the selection in foils can be have a bit more of a variety than the Forbidden Planet in London, and it's also just down the road. They've got a lot more isekai and light novels, but yeah, retail unfortunately. So that is my offline in-store. Where do I buy manga? Let's get to online. This list is a little bit longer. I especially found over lockdown, I used to only buy stuff in store with occasional weird secondhand stuff on Amazon. And then during lockdown, I had to find more places, basically. So number 1 on this list is Traveling Man. Yay, Traveling Man. Traveling Man also have an online store where a lot of the Viz volumes they'll offer around 3 for 2 pricing, which is really, really great, especially when they do sales and they offer 10% off. So you can get 10% off almost 3 for 2 prices as well, which makes it even cheaper than 3 for 2. Yes. I've also noticed that they'll often get Viz stuff in earlier than some other places, though often they'll then sell it for retail until there's a better flow of stock. But if you're interested in getting the volumes in a more timely manner, that's always a good shout. I think I got my Kaiju number 8 volume 5 like 2 months before I saw other people in the UK getting theirs, because I bought it from Traveling Man. They also sell a whole bunch of other stuff on their site, like board games and RPG books. You do need to hit £60 for free delivery, but I found that terrifyingly easy, to be honest. Also, their shipping is insane. Like, I'll order at 2 PM on a Thursday and it'll have arrived before I wake up Friday morning. Like, I'm impressed, but also scared. Hope the lighting isn't too dark. The sun is setting. I wasn't quick enough. Let's charge through the rest of these. So next up on the list is Forbidden Planet. Who would have known? So specifically, I am talking about Forbidden Planet regular, not international. International does have a website, but they don't really have too much on it. It feels like they're still trying to set it up or get going. There's about 3 or 4 manga things on it at the moment, whereas Forbidden Planet regular, they have all the manga. So previously I have talked about not having great experience with trying to buy from them online and kind of avoided them, and I did try it again based on recommendations from the Dudettes Discord, link down below if you haven't joined already. And yeah, I am happy I tried it again. I do like the ability to create a really big order, and they'll charge of like pre-orders, and they'll charge you for the pre-order when they ship, not all at once at the beginning. You do unfortunately have to pay shipping, however, you pay once for shipping for the whole order, and then that's it. So what I've done so far is I've placed really big pre-orders, like I'm talking all the way up to like January 2024, but I only have to pay shipping once, and it kind of, the shipping split out across all the volumes makes it way cheaper. Also, Ben keeps reminding me that if the shipping isn't too bad, considering when we go in store we have to pay for parking and fuel, usually we'll get something to eat, so paying like £5 shipping on all these volumes actually isn't too horrendous compared to going in person. Some of the pre-order prices I actually managed to like nab before there was a lot of manga price increase in the UK around December 2022 by like £1 £1 or £2 per volume, and I did a load of pre-orders before that, and they're stuck at that price now, so I'm very, very happy. I have a lot of pre-orders coming that are now going to be cheaper than 3 for 2 if I were to wait and buy them in store when they came out. Any of that made sense. But yeah, I must have like 200 plus volumes on pre-order with Forbidden Planet right now. I must say though, I have had 1 or 2 issues still with Forbidden Planet at the moment in my pre-orders. Every now and again it says that it failed to take payment and I have to re-enter my details, which is weird because that very same day or even potentially after this, they managed to take payment using the same card, even sometimes from the same order, and it's like, what happened? Also, I see something weird sometimes with my bank because it tells me like when money goes in and out, and it says Forbidden Planet took some money and then it went back in, and then a different named slightly Forbidden Planet tried to take money and then it actually charged me. Feels like something's a bit weird on their end. Also, Ben did an order once and they put a hold on his card for like the cost of the order twice and it wouldn't come off for like 2 weeks. He was very mad at me and told me he's not going to do it again. I'm not actually being charged anything we're not meant to be charged. The holds fell off and I did manage to get the volumes that I had to re-enter my details for. It's just niggly bits that do slightly concern me a little bit. I also had one issue where they shipped a parcel and they got it returned a week later and it said there was an issue with I wasn't in, or there was an issue with my address, and they cancelled the order. And I was like, I have been home this entire week. I don't imagine a parcel could have shipped from you, tried my door, and gotten back to you in literally 6-7 days. And all the volumes have gone up in price from when I did the pre-order, so I got a bit grumpy about that. But I've said a lot of negative things, but mostly I've been a lot happier since I especially last tried to use them. I swear. I am rambling. Let's move on to the next place. Next place I want to talk about is Blackwell's. So Blackwell's I had never heard of until Tiffany introduced me, and they are just a book. They sell books. They also sell manga. Often they'll have like random volumes really well discounted. So usually I just go into manga and sort from like lowest to highest, and they have like 7Cs sometimes for like $5.99 or $4.99. I've picked up a volume, I think a yen press volume, for £2.50. Taboo Tattoo Volume 10 or something random, but it was £2.50 and that's all that matters. Also, sometimes they have Viz new releases that go up slightly cheaper than 3 for 2, but like when I say that you have to be constantly checking, I mean sometimes you see the volume that wasn't there 5 minutes ago, and then 30 minutes later it's not there anymore, as in it's not at that price. So it's like maybe they've got 1 or 2 volumes at this price, then it goes back up to retail. You have to be constantly checking to find these deals. Sometimes these are just like super passing by, just constantly check. I often find I get a lot of isekai, again, seems to be discounted because no one can appreciate it. Or light novels, just like random odd volumes. Like I actually managed to pick up loads of To Your Eternity and Descending Stories for about £6-7 a volume, which is a bit cheaper than 3 for 2. There was just a whole bunch at that price. I'm now only missing 1 volume of To Your Eternity before I'm up to date, and very, very happy because I paid like less than 3 for 2 on most of them. So I had previously been using Blackwell's for my pre-orders. I've mostly moved over to Forbidden Planet for that now, especially for like my isekai pre-orders. I'd go through and just like, it didn't matter the cost, it's an isekai, I'll pre-order it. But actually I've moved most of them over to Forbidden Planet now, especially since they can easily be like £2-3 cheaper than they were on Blackwell's. I'm mostly just using Blackwell's now for like discounted random cheap volumes that I find. Next up on this list we have Amazon. Amazon I definitely use way less than I used to. Amazon sometimes randomly discounts volumes to actually decent prices. Like I picked up a couple of volumes of Love or Kill for about £7 something, which is a bit cheaper than 3 for 2 for me. It doesn't happen too often, and you kind of just need to happen upon it. I can't give you a good way to find it. Sometimes I just randomly search series on Amazon and see what I can find. But also, I'd say Amazon third-party sellers. I mean, I buy a lot of secondhand, we'll get to that shortly, and sometimes buying through Amazon's third-party, I can find volumes for like £3, including postage. It's wild, but it's, again, there isn't particularly an easy way to search or find these. It's a lot of trial and error, but I find it so much fun just looking at manga, so I don't really mind. But it's not particularly helpful, I understand, to other people. Next up we have Books Please. Again, thank you Tiffany, you have been recommending all these great places. So I don't really know much about Books Please, but I have given them money and they have sent me manga, so I'm fairly happy still. They also have a 10% off voucher code that seems to have just always worked. It's just, I feel like it's not advertised anywhere anymore, but it still works. So that's fine, right? I often find I pick up a lot more of my like Kodansha or new 7 Seas stuff from them. Actually no, a bit less recently, because it's really hard to search on this website. It is very, very picky about how you search for things. If you search for something and it's not got the correct apostrophe, if it's not got the correct casing, it might not pop up. Also, even like directly searching you as using an ISBN might not make the volume pop up, even though they are actually selling it if you can like find a link somehow. So if you can actually find your volumes that you want on Books Please and you can then get 10% off, they're actually quite good. But I must say, their search functionality on that website is appalling. It's absolute shite. And it is so hard to find what you're looking for. You can try and use like the different types. You can try and search. They have a manga section, but they don't put a lot of the manga in the manga section. They'll put it under like romance or action or something like that, and you're just like, how do I find anything? I know some of the good deals they have, like they have the Berserk hardcovers for about £30 and then you can get 10% off, so about £27, which isn't too bad. Sometimes it can be a little slow for the volumes to turn up as well, but that's personally not something I've ever been too bothered by. Like, patience of a saint right here. As long as it turns up, I don't care. But I know it can bother some people. Also, their packaging is pretty good. Cannot dispute that packaging. Next up, we have eBay. Now, eBay is a bit of a mixed bag. I have on occasion bought sets of manga from someone in eBay, like my Case Closed came from someone in eBay, some of my Terraformers came from someone on eBay. I don't think I buy too often, it's like once or twice a year I'll buy a big pile of manga from someone on eBay, but it isn't often. I feel like a lot of the prices people are trying to sell stuff at is just crazy nowadays. Like, manga's had a big boom and now people are selling them for crazy prices, and it's like that Viz volume is not worth £15 a volume. And I'm not even talking about like Red River, I'm talking about like Dr. Stone. Someone selling a set of Dr. Stone £15 a volume. What's wrong with you? Also, sometimes some stores will have an eBay friend and I will sometimes use those, and they can often offer like discount codes. I think there's a few like Music Magpie I've used on occasion, but not as much as I used to. I've gone blank on the other one. I should have written it down. There's another like 3, there's like 4 or 5. Better World Books is that one. But like, it's like only odd volumes, because again, they're not particularly easy to search either. Final place that I buy from online, or at least that I've written down on this list, is World of Books. I have been buying so much from World of Books recently. So predominantly World of Books are known for secondhand books, and they also sell manga. And I've been buying a lot from World of Books recently, especially because they have so many good discount codes. You can get like 20%, 30% off used manga, and when they're selling a volume for £5 and then you can also get 30% off on top of that, it kind of puts you off buying anything in store again when you're getting at that kind of price. I can see a sheep. World of Books do also sell new manga, and I weirdly feel like they seem to get new manga releases ahead of like Forbidden Planet, Traveling Man, in-store and online. I don't know, like, it's wild sometimes. It's so fast. Like, volumes I have ordered from there new, I've gotten, received, read, and they've been on my shelf a month before I ever see them in store anywhere. Generally, new volumes on World of Books aren't particularly worth it, and a lot of the discount codes don't apply, unfortunately. There was a period for about a month and a half where there was a code that gave 20% off on new manga, or new books, and it made a lot of the new releases cheaper than buying it as a part for 3 for 2, and when I went crazy, Actually, I have a video of all the World of Books parcels that I picked up and how crazy I went. It's a shame the code no longer works on new books, but it still works on secondhand. So I've just been going more crazy on secondhand recently. I do actually get a lot of questions asking about like, how do I buy secondhand? So I am going to do a follow-up video to this, which is going to be my guide to buying secondhand manga. So if you have any questions about secondhand, I'm going to hopefully address them in that, about like how I find stuff and how to be sure of quality and stuff. Definitely be sure to subscribe so you're alerted when I post that video. Probably going to be the one straight after this one, so you're going to get 2 weeks of chatty Caketinz how I buy manga videos. Hope you enjoy it. But yes, that is pretty much all the places that I buy manga from and why and my thoughts of them, I suppose. There are a couple of odd other ones where I have gone once or twice. For example, Pages and Pixels in Halifax is a small comic store in the Peace Hall. They also sell manga and they had some good, like, new release stuff, which was exciting to see. I also have plans to hit up a few more independent comic stores in the next few months, so I'm going to be filming videos on all those, and I'm very excited to show you what they have. More or less what I've said is like, this is the stuff that I'll regularly look for and buy from. If it hasn't been a given already, I am UK based, so most of these stores are going to be UK based. I know that places like Black Claws and World of Books do ship worldwide. I know Amazon obviously is a worldwide place, but like Travelling Man is UK only. So sorry about that, but I am UK. I've had people ask me to like recommend places that they can shop in their home country, and I'm like, I don't know. How do you think I would know that? Do let me know in the comments down below if you've shopped at any of these places or any other places in the UK that I haven't mentioned that you shop at. I would be interested to know and find and try more places. Actually, that does remind me, there are a couple of places that I don't really shop at anymore that I used to and I've mentioned in my previous videos, such as Book Depository. Their prices are just too expensive nowadays, and there aren't really any discount codes, so I just don't really go there anymore. Wordery is somewhere that I've bought from once or twice, but again, their prices are often a bit too high. I don't go there too often. I'm trying to think, what else is there? Have I missed any? I've got a big list next to me. If you're interested in checking out any of the physical stores that I've visited, there's probably going to be a whole bunch of videos. Check out all my manga shopping videos. I tend to be really I like to scan the shelves so you can really see like what they've got. So like my Manchester one, my Leeds one, my London ones. Check all of them out if you're interested to see what the stock is like in the stores. Obviously they're going to be outdated now, but like you can kind of see like the variety and stuff. Yes, if you've enjoyed, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe for all the manga content. Consider joining the members if you're interested for early access to the videos. Don't know why I'm waving my hand, probably because the links are below me somewhere. At the moment I'm a bit behind because I've been trying to reorganize my manga, as you can see behind me, and it's hit a bit of a snag because I've run out of room. So I need to get more shelves, which means I'm behind on doing my videos. So sorry. I'm gonna get a whole bunch ahead. I'm gonna be super exciting. Also, don't forget to check out my social media and affiliate links found down below. Got the Dudettes Discord server where we all are constantly sharing good deals we find on manga. So if you struggle to check as often as we do, join the Discord so you can see them all. Otherwise, I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!